Hello, everybody. I got some questions regarding lesson 7, and so I figured I would do a walkthrough of the assignment and the lab. And so let's just go through the assignment real fast. This is, it says lesson 4 up here, but it's definitely lesson 7. We're going to start with opening a text editor. If you don't have one downloaded, there's plenty of options for each of the various operating systems. My favorite one is probably Sublime, but people use Atom and different things like that. You could just get them from their website. So Sublime, that's my favorite. But feel free to use Notepad++ or some of these other ones that you see. VS Code is a pretty heavy one, but if you feel comfortable working in there, go for it. So I'm gonna go to Sublime, and here it is open right here. And we'll create a new file. So I'm going to go File, Save, and I'm going to go to the Documents folder and just create a new folder called Lesson 7. And then inside Lesson 7, I'm going to call this Save Your File with an HTML. For instance, you could call it this. So I'm going to copy this syntax for the file name, paste it here, and replace the last name with my last name. So it's hello underscore world underscore Jamil. I'll save this. All right, so created a new file at the top. You're going to type the doc type. So we're going to copy this, paste it up here. So doc type HTML, that just tells any software that's going to read this file that this is a HTML type document. Below that, we're going to add closing and opening HTML tags. So we're going to do open HTML, close HTML. Within the HTML tags, we'll create a head section with opening and closing head tags. So we're going to go head. And so if you have a fancy IDE like Sublime or any of the other ones should do this, it'll automatically put the closing tag for you when you create an opening tag, or it'll at least suggest what tag to enter there. So they're kind of helpful in that way. You might have noticed that I indented this. This is just a programming software development paradigm. It helps readability and code organization. You just kind of want to indent things as they are nested within each other. That just kind of helps me see, hey, head is inside HTML. Okay. Within the head tag, set the title by creating title, hello world, and then a closing. So we're going to do title, hello world. The title is the text that appears up here for a web page, and it also helps um, search engines like Google understand what the page is about. So we'll put the title there, and then after the head section, we'll create a body. So after the head section, we'll create body, and then inside body, we're going to type this. So since it's a little longer, I'll just copy this. It's a good practice to type these things out, especially your first few times, because it kind of helps remember how some of these parts fit together. So inside body, we're creating a H1, which is a type of header. And we're saying, hello world, I am your name, Sharik Jamil. All right, save. I'll hit, you didn't see it, but I hit Command S, which for my computer is the save command, or you could go File, Save. All right. And that's it. So the file will look like doc type, HTML, HTML. Inside there's a head, a title, then that closes the head, and then there's a body with a H1, and it closes it all. So that is complete for assignment one. So you should be able to just go over to the assignment one submission or the lesson seven assignment submission and turn in the HTML file. So if I click assignment here, you should be able to upload your file here. So yeah, that's all we're looking for the assignment is to upload the HTML file and you're good to go. If you open this in a browser, so if I go Finder, Documents, Lesson 7, you'll see that, this shows the title up here, which was Hello World, right? And then it shows the header in the body, which is Hello World. I'm Shark Jamil. So congratulations on your first HTML document in this course. Now let's move on to the other part, which was the lab. So this is the assignment. It's complete. I'll close this and we have the lab. Okay. So we have to create an HTML5 file with internal style sheets. Okay. So style sheets are used to style an HTML document. They're also known as CSS. There are two types of style sheets, internal and external. When you're using internal style sheets, your CSS is declared within the HTML5 file. When you're using external CSS, you'll have a separate file in addition to your HTML file called a CSS file, and that's going to end with the extension .css. All right, so let's start working on this. Open your editor and create a new file in your repository folder. Save it as this. Okay, so by repository folder, it means that you have your name.github.io repository downloaded on your computer. I unfortunately can't use mine for this purpose because I'm already using it to host my personal site. However, if you completed the previous lesson, you will have your own github.io repository downloaded to your computer. If it's not, then there's a few ways to get it. You can use GitHub desktop to connect to your repository and pull it down. Or if you want to use command line code, you can use this way. So whatever way you choose is fine. Um, and let's revisit that in a minute. So basically, you'll have your repository on your computer. Inside that repository, you're going to, so let's pretend this is your repository folder. So it'll be student.github.io, where student is your name. Inside that, we're going to, and this is where you created the README last lesson. And so this is the same repository we're using. Inside it, you'll create a new file and save it as index.html. So I'm going to create a new new file, save in student.github.io, and it's going to be called index.html. Okay, add the doc type at the top. Then we will add the HTML tags. Then we will add the head tags. Then we will add title tags with the title being my personal introduction. Well, that came out a little silly. There we go. my personal introduction, and then we will have inside the title tags a new tag called style, or inside the head tag. So inside here, we'll create style, and this is a new thing where we declare them as a type. You don't have to worry about that yet. And inside style, we're going to add some style. So we're just gonna go ahead and copy these styles, and they're kind of self-explanatory. So in this case, the style is telling us that the body needs to have a background color of a color that you pick, and H1 of this color, so that's going to be the color of the text, and a P of this color, so this color will apply to your paragraph tags. And where do we get the colors? Oh, sorry, I missed step one here. Step one is to go to colormine.io and pick three colors for our palette. Okay, we will go to colormine.io, and there we go. We have three colors. So I'm just going to go with what it picked here. This looks like a nice color for a background. Then for my heading, let's go with a darker color. And then one last color. All right, let's go back to the instructions. So we added three colors to our color, and then we're going to write a content. So after head, add body, and then inside body, add an H1 that has your name in it. And then we'll have a P tag. Okay, inside, write a heading introducing yourself. So my name is Sharik Jamil. And then a P tag, write three lines about yourself. So I'm going to write three lines about myself. I am a software engineer. I watch too many sports and I enjoy programming in Python. All right, we'll save this. And then it says to view your page and make sure everything looks correct. And so our idea is we have the content here, and we hope that these styles are written properly and they will be applied to our content. So we're looking for a background color of this and some other text colors to show up. So let's go ahead and test that out. And this didn't work. So let's see what is going on here. Head, title, style. All right, let me inspect this a little bit and see what is going on. Color. It didn't apply the color. Invalid property value. Okay, and then invalid property value. Okay. It might be something wrong I'm doing in the adding of the style. So let's look up background color CSS. All right, typically you would add a hash in front. So let's add that and see if that makes a difference. Let's save this and let's refresh. There we go. Okay, so we have our chosen color in the background, our color applied to the header, and the p tag. So there we go. That is the actual part of the development for this lesson. And then I think the next step is to just submit it. Okay, you should be able to load your file on username.github.io. Um, yeah, let's play with that real fast. So I'll show you how you would do that. If you have access to the repository.github.io through the browser, you would just click add file, upload file, choose, then you'll navigate to your documents, and you'll upload the file. So this is the index file that I just worked on, and we'll say adding index file. Commit. All right, you can see here that the index file is added. If you get to this portion where I can see that you have a commit added to your GitHub repository that shows me that you added a valid HTML file, then that's good enough for me, even if you're not able to view it properly in here. Though, yes, once everything is set and done, and once the GitHub action completes, you'll actually be able to see the file when you visit the URL of .github.io. Like I said earlier, my case is a little different because I have a ton of files and things set up in this repository, so it might not work as simply as it should for you all. Okay, so this is done. Let's see what happens when I go here. Oh, perfect. Okay. So, yep, as long as you upload index.html to your GitHub repository with, all the styles and the text properly, like it is here, and the file is named index.html. If you go to your github.io repository, you should see your proper lesson 7 lab. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks. Bye.